So this is the fourth element in the Mind Mastery Manifestation Training. Let me fix this camera a little bit better. Okay. Great. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure how many people are going to tune in and ask questions and stuff like that, but I'm just going to go just like I do on any other video. I pretty much just hit record and go. This music stand is super wanky. It's going to move for a little bit. Okay, so welcome to the fourth module in Mind Mastery Manifestation Training. The ability to really just control your mind, control your thoughts, control your emotions, control this music stand. Okay, good. So then the energy that comes out of you has the proper structure that puts all the particles into place, right? So first video, I talked about basically some of these concepts and the scientific studies that show that this is real. And so at the end of the day, it's how good can you feel, right? It's really funny because I'm going to start with that concept, and then over how many training videos and things that I do after this, it's going to come back to that element over and over and over again. So it's really going to come down to how good can you feel at such a deep level, right? Just like when I talked about mastery in the last module. It's basically doing very simple things over and over again and getting it to a level that's unimaginable, right? You can use the analogy of playing the guitar, right? It's simple to just play a G chord and an E chord and a D chord, but once you start playing with the band and you have all this timing involved, and then you got to go up to the microphone and sing at the same time, you know, you got to kind of practice a few times to be able to pull it off so when you get in front of people, it's actually going to sound good and they're going to want to watch you, right? The same stuff here, right? So in the second video, I exposed or just shared the concept of being grateful. You know, we all hear about being grateful and how it's so important, right? But how well can you master that, right? And that's what I'm going to expand on here in this fourth module, because I gave you a little tidbit to start out with, right? And if you haven't gone through the videos, you know, just pay attention and you'll be able to go back and it's going to all connect even better, because all the basics are in all these videos, and it's going to work for you if you make it work, right? If you work it. So in the second video, I gave you the method on how to manifest your reality that will change everything, right? In the simplest and easiest way that gives the most profound results. And so I'm going to expand on that. So the technique was basically when you go to bed, you just be grateful for everything. Oh, Michael, this is so easy and so simple. Can you just get to the real stuff? This is the real stuff, right? I shared the story of how I was homeless. Okay, I was living in my van. I hardly had any money. I was living in a new town, but I did this technique and I ended up getting a place that I lived for free for a year and a half on the beach. I was able to make a little studio inside of it. I had unlimited supplements given to me, right? Health supplements and stuff like that. I was able to work with and live with a retired hypnotherapist, physicist who was also doing worldwide meditation. Was when I was doing worldwide meditations, and he was handing me all these studies and all these things. It was just such an amazing, perfect manifestation that just resulted for me laying in my bed in the van. I'm so grateful I have a roof over my head. I'm so grateful I had food today. I'm so grateful I have one friend in this town. Okay? I'm so grateful for these blankets. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I fall asleep in a state of gratitude, which is like using self-hypnosis and getting access to the subconscious mind, right? When you're going into sleep. And so that's the one technique I wanted to give to you guys to start out with. Okay? Because just like I'm a teacher for the bass guitar, I'm going to teach you how to hold the bass, how to fret the string, how to pluck the string. Okay, we're going to do the E. Okay, great. Now the G. Okay, good. Now we're going to go a little bit further with this succession here. By the way, you guys tuning in, I'm going to do a question and answer period during this training. So it'll be crucial because if I can answer you guys' questions, it's going to help other people who have the same questions. And so I gave you that easy technique. Go to bed doing appreciation, right? And some of you have like, oh man, you know, I watched that training and I did it like once and I totally forgot about it. Hey, that happens, right? So maybe you need to just like write on a note, on a piece of paper, appreciation, and then put it on your ceiling, or gratitude and put it next to your bed, right? So you remember, okay, oh yeah, I'm going to restructure my reality by being grateful because my vibration penetrates through all of reality. And just like the vibration plate, when you have the pure tone that's loud enough, right? Woo, it moves all the particles into place. And I know that my brain and heart transmit a frequency that's very powerful. And it puts all the quantum particles into place, which gives me the ideas, circumstances, situations, and events and people to the things that correlate with that vibration, right? Very key to remember. You notice I say it this kind of the same way every time because it's in my subconscious mind, which is why I have the results, because I have the structures of belief that hold it up where every day it's amazing. And my manifestations are so freaking perfect. And I want that for you guys. This is a really important time to get this stuff down, right? Everyone's like, you know, going crazy, losing their jobs, they need money, you know, all these things, you're losing your friends and stuff. Hey, this is amazing, perfect opportunity where you have an intensity of emotion that if you can redirect in the way that I share with you guys, it's gonna happen faster than if you found me, you know, 3 years ago or 2 years ago, where it's like, yeah, I don't really care that much. Life is kind of okay, right? So use that emotional intensity and go through these videos, right? So I'm going to expand on that concept, okay? So you went to bed and you use the appreciation technique, right? You're getting the thoughts into your subconscious mind. So hopefully you're waking up and you're feeling a little better. So now, step 2 to this technique. Remember, this is the most powerful thing you can do to start off and make the best changes. By the way, I can't see the comments yet. I have to like touch the screen and stuff. I got the other phone for that. Hopefully I can dial it in. It's my first live. I'm learning this stuff right now. So the second part of this technique, and again, this is going to be super simple. It's like me teaching bass. All right, it's one more scale to learn. But once you get this one scale, it's like in all the songs. When you wake up, before I give you this technique is going to give you the basis of self-hypnosis. It's going to give you the proper way to say affirmations to yourself so they actually work, okay? A lot of you guys want to learn self-hypnosis and meditation, and we're going to get to that down the line. This is where it begins, okay? So don't dismiss this as it's so basic that you're not going to do it and like, okay, I understand it. Yeah, sure. This is it. All right, we're already 8 minutes in. Man, it goes so fast when you're like on the spot. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, you wake up. Today is going to be a great day. Michael, that sounds real cheesy. I'm the one that gets results. Do you want them or not? Okay, now there's a few things here. Some of you are going to say that in the morning, and you're not going to believe it, right? And why are we even saying this in the first place? Well, you're just waking up. Your consciousness is just starting up, right? The operating system is just starting, and you want to open it up so you actually have a good outlook on the day, because this is what's going to perpetuate the rest of your day, right? The rest of your waking existence. So we want to master that, right? Because if you can do this every day, and you master that one thing that positively affects the whole day, you're going to have ridiculous results. And you're never going to have to buy anything from me. And a lot of you guys are going to just get it. And it's going to be amazing, okay? So you wake up in the morning. Today's going to be a great day, right? You say it to the best of your ability. Now, some of you are going to go, today's going to be a great day. Oh, man, I still got to go to work and deal with all these issues, right? So That's the ultimate feeling to get to. Just like when I hypnotize somebody, I want them to get into deep somnambulism. But I don't just say, okay, take a nice deep breath in and completely relax all your body completely for the first time ever. It's unrealistic. It's not going to happen, right? It takes a progression to get there. So just that example is exactly what you need to do with yourself, right? You want to get to, today's going to be amazing. And you actually believe it and you feel it, right? I can get to that place. I've been doing it for a long time. Just like I've been practicing, some of my songs for a long time. I can bust them out and play them great. It wasn't like that the first time, trust me, right? It's going to be the same for you when you're doing this stuff. And so how do you get to that point? Well, some of you are just going to have to, you got to take it a step back. And this is the art of, this is a major hypnotic concept, with anybody else and yourself, is pacing and leading, right? You get a pace where you're at for real, okay? This is why a lot of affirmations don't work, because they don't use this concept. You pace where you're at, and then you move forward in a incremental fashion that's believable to you, okay? So maybe for you, when you wake up, your initial feeling is, oh, I got all these things in the day, and I got this people I got to deal with, and my money issues, and it's not bad. It's just where you are, okay? You just gotta pace yourself, right? It's not wrong. It just is where you're at, and it's where you want to go. Do you want to get better? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to feel better so then you have better manifestations throughout the whole day? Probably. I hope so. Okay. So maybe you have to wake up and say something to Mike. You know what? Today, I'm going to do whatever I can to make it a little bit better. That's a magical moment. Because you're not trying to fight it to go so far. I want to make $1 million this week. You've never even started your own business before. Yeah, but I'm going to manifest $1 million. Okay, well, you gotta step up to it, right? So some of you, you wake up and you want to make the day a great day. You can try saying the affirmation, I'm going to make today a great day. Oh, it doesn't feel so good. You know what? I'm going to do the gratitude technique more often so I can feel a lot better. That might sound weird to some of you. So you got to find it. You got to find it for yourself. And instead of me giving you a hypnotic command for you to believe and just do, the skill is going to come when you figure it out. Okay? So pacing and leading. The next logical step to the end destination. Okay? And from here, you do whatever you can to feel better, first off the bat when you wake up. And now, I want to challenge you to go through the gratitude of everything you do the first moments when you start your day. Okay? For example, okay, I wake up, all right, I'm going to do whatever I can to make today better than yesterday because, fuck, it sucks. Right? Okay, you're moving a little bit closer. It's like you have a massive ship in the water and it's been on autopilot. You've been sleeping. You wake up and you realize, oh man, we're going in the complete opposite direction. Or a large plane, right? You're not going to all of a sudden, the whole thing's going to topple over or whatever. You got to take a little turn, and it might take you a mile to turn the whole thing around, but that's what you got to do it, right? I have to practice a complicated song hundreds of times before I actually get it. That's just the reality, right? You have to practice the affirmation, the way of structuring your affirmations, so then you start feeling different. The mind is kind of like how you direct yourself, and then your emotions are the energy output, if that can help you understand it better. So you wake up, okay. Now you see your note of gratitude on the wall right next to you or whatever, right? Writing these things are powerful because you see them like, oh, okay, yes. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful I got a great night's rest. I'm grateful for my pajamas. Okay, I'm going to get up. Okay, I'm grateful I have decent health today. Okay. I'm grateful. Yeah. I'm grateful my sewage system works. Well, I'm going to the bathroom first thing, right? I'm grateful we have water. Ah, okay. I'm grateful we got orange juice. So good. So what's happening here? It's stupidly simple. I know it sounds retarded. And a lot of my stuff does, but this is the stuff that works, man. Okay? Imagine you can get yourself on a rampage of appreciation, not just while you're laying down where you can just imagine everything, but you're actually interacting with the world, right? You're interacting with your place. Oh man, I'm so grateful. I'm living in a house. It's pretty cold this morning. I could be outside. Yeah. I'm so grateful. Oh, I'm gonna pour some cereal. I'm so grateful. We're out of milk, man. What can I do? Oh, I'm so grateful I have some whey protein. I can mix some water and put it on the cereal. I don't know, right? You got to be creative about it, right? There's going to be points where you're like, oh, I don't have the thing I really want, and you just gotta find it. This is the practice. If you get this, everything's going to shift, right? It's kind of like when say you're driving to work and someone cuts you off. What the fuck, right? You have a decision now. You can let that thing destroy your day, or you can just do what you can to you know what? We didn't get hit. I'm grateful. The car is still in good condition. We're still healthy. That freaking guy, okay, that's a lot better than just being pissed and not directing yourself, right? And just like practice with music or practice with anything, it gets easier and easier over time. You got to realize a lot of you probably haven't practiced this, maybe ever. And so you have 20 years, give or take, of practicing negative thinking that you've learned from your parents, you've learned from your friends, you've learned from your family, right? You've learned from the TV, you've learned ways of how to be. Monkey see, monkey do. And so you're working on restructuring this. And, thinking is probably one of the hardest things to do, right? And you got to be grateful you're watching me, because I can really help you shift this fast, okay? Now, a magical thing is going to happen, because once you get this thing down and you can redirect yourself to start to feel grateful, okay? By the way, you guys tuning in, I'm going to do a question and answer thing in a little bit. I haven't even looked at the comments. I can't even see them yet. I'm going to pull them up in a little bit. After I do this lesson, we'll go through, and any questions you have, I really want you to ask them, because other people are going to have the same questions. I want to address them all. And please give me your hardest real deal questions that are preventing you from getting this stuff, even if it puts me on the spot. So a magical thing is going to happen, because once you learn how to redirect your thinking in your real world, this is how you start hypnotizing yourself, right? This is how, when I give you the next technique, so we focus on a specific thing you want to manifest, or the specific thing you want to have, it's going to be so much easier, because you already started doing it. And then you're going to start having your own synchronicities and stuff once this stuff really starts rolling. Okay? I'm losing track of my thought, because this is my first live, and it's kind of intense here. It's like being on stage, So very important and very easy. Okay, gratitude. Write it down. Put it on your wall. Write it down. Put it around. Maybe in your car, right? And continue to listen to these videos over and over again. All right, I'm losing my track of thinking, so I'm just gonna go to the comments now. How about that? Let's see. How do I pull this up? All right. Pull up the chat. It pops up for a second. I'm gonna swipe it. Okay. I can only see these for a second. Okay. Yes, I'm grateful. Appreciation is a secret. I love gratitude lists. Yes, gratitude lists are very powerful, especially when you're first beginning and it's hard for you to control your thoughts, right? doing this with writing really helps, because it keeps your focus on the paper, right? It's easy for you to lay down like, okay, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my life, I'm grateful for, then you lose track, like, man, that thing happened today. Oh, I gotta come back, right? But if you're writing it down, this will help establish your neural pathways a lot easier and faster. Okay. Thanks for the applause. 432 kitten sounds. Okay. Yeah. I mean, things that make you feel happy and feel good, those are important. Which really is a way of being grateful. Now, another element of being grateful. A lot of us get stuck in the negativity of the lack of things, right? I don't have money, right? I don't have the friends. I don't have the relationship. I don't have the opportunities. I don't have the place. I don't. And you feel the lack, right? Let's make this steady. Well, the feeling of lack, or lack in general, it's really an illusion. This music stand is super shaky. I didn't realize how shaky it was. This destroys illusion. Okay? There is no lack. The only lack is your imagination. Well, Michael, I have bills and I have debt and okay, well, that it kind of is imaginary in a way. But I mean, do you have any money? Yeah, I got like $10. Great. Because guess what? I was there too. And that I focused on gratitude when I had literally nothing and no place to live. But I got the rampage so strong that I manifested amazing living situations that are just unreal and ridiculously perfect. So this technique destroys illusion, darkness, right? The devil, whatever you want to call it, right? The unseen things, that the false evidence appearing real, fear, false evidence appearing real. Once you turn on the light, it's not there. Your awareness is light, okay? Literally. I mean, like I talk about how I can see thoughts, right? When I see someone excited, I literally see thought orbs stream off their head, right? I can be in like someone's kitchen and I'm hanging out with them and I see a thought form float up out of their head and go to the cupboard, and then they walk over and they pick out a bowl, right? That's because I opened up my third eye when I was really young doing self-hypnosis. But I share that because I can literally see that thoughts in our awareness is literally light forms, right? And so you being active in your day, you wake up, all right, another day. You know what? I'm grateful I'm alive. Okay. You know, you got to start with wherever you're at. I'm grateful, I got shoes. I'm grateful I got socks. Whatever the stupid things are you have, that's what you got to build off of. Just like when I'm laying in my van, homeless, I feel like I'm home. I feel and notice I have a roof over my head. I have locks on my door. I have a blanket, right? I'm saying this over and over again because I know you guys aren't doing it. Right? And it's these stupid, simple things that make it work. I don't know. So this will destroy the illusion. Because once you start to notice, because you're so bogged down about not having money, you're so bogged down, you don't have the relationship, and my friends hate me now because I post these memes. Guess what? You do have a couple friends, I bet. Or you found a couple people that you're starting to associate with that are more like-minded. Where's your focus? Right? This takes it's an active exercise. And so like I talked about in the third video, we talked about mastery. And I touched on it in the second video too, is you got to get this unconsciously competent. It has to be residual, has to be automatic, right? So I practice the guitar so often that the chords just flow because I practiced the song 1,000 times and now I can sing on it, play it perfectly, not think about the chord changes, not think about the scales, not think about any notes or any lyrics or anything. It just flows out, man, right? Think about something you've done that you've gotten yourself to a level, right? Some of you can type automatically without thinking about it, right? All of us, we drive, we put it in gear, and all these things, right? You got these levers, and there's the foot pedal, and this. You're not even thinking about it anymore. You're texting it on your phone, all at the same time, right? Probably shouldn't, but, I think we all do, right? Because we're unconsciously competent, because we can do this complex thing while at the same time typing, which is, I guess, kind of a complex thing, maybe not, but I mean, once you start doing it, when you start typing, it takes a while to figure it out, but now it's like unconsciously competent here, unconsciously competent here. Oh, I'm having a conversation with someone over here. Yeah, I'm just an automatic, I'm just an automatic genius machine when it comes to these things, right? All of us, right? We all have this ability. It just takes practice, dude, right? A lot of people don't play bass like I do because they don't put in the practice time. I mean, it's that simple, right? Or they're not practicing the right things, because practice isn't perfect. Perfect practice is permanent. Very key, very important. So I can tell when you leave a comment if you have gratitude or not. Okay? I had someone recently comment on my tapping video, right? Which is the technique to destroy any emotion and have it not ever come back again. It destroys the trigger. It destroys the energy perturbation in the body, right? Even if you heard me talk about this, you still need to hear it because you probably still need the results, right? And someone left a comment and said, you should make a version of this video where it's just the tapping and not you explaining it, right? Because it's a training video to help you understand it. And hopefully you guys watch it, and I encourage you to do so. He left a comment saying it would be nice if you just had the tapping and none of the explaining, so we could just it'd be an easy reference to just pick up on my phone and dial in. Okay, Michael Grady tapping, let's do this. Okay, I'll put it down, I'm gonna tap with him. Okay, here, right? And I think it's a good idea. But guess what? If you are really actually grateful that I made that video and you have access, you're grateful you have access to that information for free, why do you need to be even easier and more stupefied than what it already is? It's already being given to you on a platter. If you were grateful, you actually were aware of what it is, right? Gratitude is really awareness, okay? I'm aware I have this money. I'm aware I have these friends. I'm aware I have my few family members that I get along with. Are you immersed in that? Or are you immersed in this imaginary lack, the darkness? It comes down to that. Because if that person who left that comment was actually grateful, they would have fucking did the shit. They would have wrote the notes down. They would have did it themselves. When I learned it, I didn't ask them, oh, can you make it even easier for me? Listen, I appreciate the comment. I appreciate the good ideas. But I'm also not going to hold back to the stupidity and the lack of the technique not being used. Just like if someone comes up to me with the bass and I tell them to learn the E minor scale, and they come back not doing the right scale and not playing the right notes and trying to do some solo thing, and it sounds horrible. I would be silly not to point it out, like, hey man, let's go back to what we're starting here. So when you actually learn everything I teach you, you can play a solo that actually sounds good. If you actually do what I'm teaching you, you'll actually have the results. Okay? So I'll continue giving out more pointers and more techniques. Okay? But it really just comes down to, Did you practice the song I gave you first? Because after you learn that song, all the other songs are going to be so much easier. And you're already going to be able to play on stage and have that experience. The manifestations, right? Now, doing some of this stuff, it's kind of awkward and it's hard to like really get it embedded into your life, right? By the way, if I'm like triggering some of you guys, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to like get you out of it, right? And get you into this, right? We can understand that. If we want things in our life to change, we have to change things in our life, right? Silly quote, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. Right? There's a way to measure whether you're going to get this or not. It's a concept. It's a major fundamental called the training balance scale. Okay? Training balance scale. This number will tell you if you're going to be successful or not, or how fast you will achieve success. You got to know this, okay? It's an awareness thing, just like the pacing and leading. Okay, I'm waking up, not really feeling so great, but you know what? I'm going to do whatever I can to feel a little better today. You know, it's like I'm going to go to the gym. I really don't want to go, but I'm going to lift the weights. Eventually, it's going to end up giving you results, right? Same thing. You know, the brain is like the muscle. Training balance scale, right? First element, what is your willingness to learn, right? What's your willingness to learn on a scale of 0? This be this way, right? Scale of 0, or this is a selfie video. I'm not sure which way is left and right for you guys. All right, this is 0, right? No willingness to learn whatsoever. Okay, I heard what you said. I'm going to turn the video off and I'm going to, tune off this live, whatever. I don't want to learn it. Okay, 0. All right. Well, good luck. 10. Okay, whatever you learn, I'm going to take every note. I'm going to listen to the video a million times. I'm going to memorize everything you're saying, right? I'm going to be a good student. I have a really high willingness to learn. Okay. Maybe a 5. Okay, I listened to some of your videos. It sounds pretty cool. I took like 2 notes, right? So you're on a scale. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying one is better or worse than the other. I mean, one's going to give you more results, but it's more of an awareness thing, right? Where are you at? Maybe some of you guys don't know me and you don't trust me enough to actually put the time in, right? And that's a legit concern, right? But if you watch my videos, you'll know I got some real stuff going on, and it's very clear, and my manifestations are ridiculous. Like, for example, I'm a musician, right? I'm literally in this $1 million studio right now. Okay? And I literally have access to it whenever I want for free. Talk about a manifestation, right? It's insane, guys. It really is. With this music stand, stop. I gotta get a different stand next time. It's kind of ridiculous. So, scale of 1 to 10, or 0 to 10. What's your willingness to learn? Easy, right? Okay, it's just an awareness thing. Excuse me, just an awareness thing. Okay, second element. This is the one that really determines it all. What's your willingness to change? Right? So I'm giving you some new concepts. What's your willingness to change your nighttime activity? What's your willingness to change your daytime activity, right? What's your willingness to actually watch this content more often instead of some other videos or the TV? We're going to start there because that's kind of where we're at. All right, so what's your willingness to even change at all, right? 0, you're not going to change at all. 10, I'm going to do anything you say. And again, you might need more trust in me to actually follow everything I say to that degree. So I understand, right? And again, this is an awareness thing. Okay? And then, 5, willingness to change. I'm gonna stop watching some of the videos, and stay away from some of my friends a little bit more often than not, right? Okay? So this is an awareness thing. What's your willingness to change? Are you willing to change hanging out with those friends that are not helping you? Are you willing to change eating certain types of foods that throw your vibration off? Are you willing to, right? So that's the determining factor. And here's the interesting thing, because some of you could be, yes, I'm going to take all the notes. I'm going to keep watching your videos. I'm going to be the best student. But, I don't really want to change my friend groups, and I don't really want to change my routine, and I don't really want to change that stuff. It's really hard. It's a 0. Well, guess what? 10 times 0 is 0. Sorry. So Teachability Index, how do you come up with the number? You multiply your willingness to learn and your willingness to accept change. I know I'm kind of losing some of you guys right now because I'm into this concept that's a little hard to understand or hard to grasp as to why it's so important. Stay tuned. I will make it more clear. See, how did I get to learn this material? Okay. How am I manifesting being in $1 million studio whenever I want on my own time? Right? How do I manifest being best friends with the most prolific music composer of all time? As a musician, this is a dream of mine, right? I'm learning from the best. The guy is a ridiculous genius, better than Mozart and Beethoven and all these people that you've heard of. Okay, insane level. Okay, I want to become a better musician. I want to get in the music industry. Guess what? It's happening. Hi, I'm living the dream. How you doing? Trying to show you guys. Are you going to do it? I don't know. When I started learning this thought technology and this manifestation stuff, I always cringe at trying to explain it because all the people who have used the word manifestation and law of attraction stuff, I really don't know how else to explain it. How did I learn this stuff? What was my willingness to change and my willingness to learn? When I started learning this stuff back in 2009, 2010, in that range. Okay. But I really didn't start raising up my willingness to learn and change and do all the things that I've been showing and do all the things that was being taught to me until probably about 2012, when I really started to realize, you know what? I don't really know this stuff very well. And I want to have results. I want to be in the music industry. I want to have a lot of money. I want to have the best group of friends ever, right? I want to have all these experiences and whatever your dreams are, right? So you can relate. I was willing to do anything. How do you know if you're willing to do anything? What are you willing to give up? That's what it comes down to. Are you willing to give up watching your favorite TV shows? Are you willing to give up hanging around with your friends that are not good for you? Right? That's one of your favorite things to do. Right? I like hanging out with my old friends like nothing else. But guess what? It wasn't good for my growth. But here's the kicker. Here's the thing where I'm going to try to not cry again. Oh, goodness. It's impactful stuff because it changed my life and it's giving me my dreams. I'm already starting to cry. Crap. This is how much I was willing to change and give up the things I wanted to make it work. Fuck. I gave up all my music equipment. I sold it all. My 7-string bass, my 8-string bass, my 5-string bass, my recording gear, all of it, because I needed the money to continue learning it. And I knew I had to go all in. And I'm so glad I did. Because now it's just insane. And I knew if I was going to get this stuff down, I will get all of the bases back. And I do. I have them. It's like more insane than I even thought. Oh God, it's embarrassing crying so much. But you know, I'm talking on these deep subjects. You know, I really don't cry this often and stuff. But I'm like going through these stories and realizing how profound my life has been, right? And how I want you guys to get this. I'm just giving it away for free because I fucking care. Yes. Actually, I ended up getting the same exact bass back that I sold for like $1,500. I found it for $300. Right? And it's like the insanity of my basses is just crazy. So what was I willing to change? Dude, I was willing to do anything. I was a 10. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I was a 10 and a 10. Okay? I stopped listening. I basically stopped listening to music. I mean, I would listen to it sometimes, right? But as a musician, not listening to music is kind of crazy. Guess what? All I listened to was the fucking teachings, the meetings I recorded, right? Reliving them in my mind. Shit. Taking every single note. I mean, literally, I would transcribe the entire fucking thing. Right? Like some of you who want to get this, you'll go back to my first videos and like fucking write everything down. But again, you know, some of you, you know, might need some time to like get there because it took me 3 years to like finally realize, shit, I'm not getting it yet and I need to get it. What's my willingness to learn? Fuck, I need to change. I didn't expect to be crying this long. Jesus. It's powerful stuff, man. This is real, right? I hope that helps you. I hope the emotional thing I have going on helps you understand this stuff because it's real. Again, this is progressive, right? You're starting where you're at and you're going to slowly move towards it, right? Some of you are going to learn it faster than others. But it really just comes down to, are you going to go all in, or how much in can you go that like makes sense, right? I hope that makes sense. Okay. If any of you guys have questions, I'm open to answering them now. I haven't even looked at them yet because I have to like touch the screen for it to pop up here. Let me see. Aloha from Hawaii. What's going on? Scarcity mentality, no bueno. Yeah, really. I mean, scarcity mentality. It sends you in. This music stand is really distracting as it moves. It sends you into a negative spiral, right? And we're all very practiced. We're all unconsciously competent, right? We're all brain wired mostly to be focusing on the scarcity, right? The news feeds off of the fear and stuff like that, right? I have to really get a different stand next time. And so the scarcity mentality really can just be corrected so fast by the gratitude technique. And you just simply just like, oh, I'm grateful for my car. I'm running, that runs and gets me from place A to point A to point B, right? It's kind of like, you know, if you want to get through depression, you go take a walk and look at things far away. It helps you get out of your own mental turmoil and what's going on inside and gets you to look outside. In your day, being grateful of things around you, it gets you out of that because the mental turmoil, what was the phrase she used? The scarcity, Melody said the scarcity mentality, right? Just being grateful. Oh man, you know, I'm grateful I got these blue blocker glasses to help like reduce all the blue light so my eyes stay healthier longer and I can sleep better tonight. They're just glasses, but guess what? I'm having a great experience here with just glasses, which gives me more great experiences because I'm structuring my reality well. Okay. Do we pick up negativity from negative people in order to teach us to be the opposite? If you wanted to, I guess. I mean, anything can be a lesson. I would hope that, yeah, I mean, anything can be a lesson, right? Perfect practice is permanent. Yes, very important. Because it's not just practicing. Listen, I could be practicing my bass and doing the wrong thing over and over again. And then by the time I get to practice with the band or go on stage and then I'm perfectly playing the wrong thing, guess what? I'm not going to get hired next time. Right? So perfect practice is permanent. That's the correct way to say it. I'm already there, living how I want. Awesome. Affirming it. This comment thing is weird because I have to it keeps moving out. Okay. I love change. It helps you grow and learn. By the way, that's Victoria in the chat. That is my sister. She's 14 years old and actually listening to me and learning these concepts and actively messages me to get them. I encourage you guys to follow her and subscribe to her because she actually talks about some of these concepts. And as a fellow student to you guys, I think you can learn a lot. And honestly, thinking about her learning this at 14 gets me emotional even more when I'm already kind of emotional already. So, Victoria, you're doing a really great job. And I'm super proud of you. Just ended a friend relationship and know I can grow to the fullest. Victoria, yeah, I mean, again with this music stand. Most of us have retarded loser friends. I'm sorry for the terms, but I can explain them very clearly why I use those terms. Most people have a loser mentality, right? It's, do they have a winner mentality? No? Okay, then it's a loser. It's, you're either winning or you're losing. I don't know. There's not, you can spectate, okay? But you're either winning or you're losing, right? And so most of us need to get away from that mindset of loserville. Going through the questions here. I have had and lost so many guitars. I can relate. Thank you, Victoria. Been there, can relate. I was homeless, home free. I've actually used that term too, like home free. Like kind of reframes the whole situation. Like I'm not homeless. I'm just home free until I find another one. I have the opportunity to find an amazing place right now because if I did have a house, then I wouldn't have the opportunity to travel, meet different people, and all this stuff. Like you can totally reframe whatever situation you're in, even being homeless, like the worst thing ever, right? Hey, you can spin it in whatever way you want, man. I was home free for 13 years so I could eventually buy my home and property on Hawaii. That's amazing. And now I'm retired at 45. Way to go. That's so cool. See, that's why I want you guys that's why I wanted to be on here, so you guys could see other results happening, because it really helps your belief in this stuff. Derek asks, how do I accept love when I am scared of it? The tapping technique. Okay, I gave a tapping technique. Look into my videos. It's the how to destroy negative emotions where they never come back again. If you use that technique, you can destroy the fears and stuff like that. Traveling works good because you're out of your norm and don't. This comment thing is weird. I'm like touching the screen and it's like flickering. I don't know how to like make it stay. Traveling works good because you're out of your norm and don't know what to expect and see all the beauty around you. You know what I've noticed? I've done a lot of traveling, and I've noticed that synchronicity becomes enhanced when you're traveling because you have so many more moving variables that are flowing in and out of your experience. And again, it's kind of like the vibration plate, where instead of these sand particles that are laying there and you dial in the frequency, like, I'm so grateful, my life is so great, la, 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 woo, and it's a nice, beautiful pattern, right? So instead of the sand particles just staying put, it's almost like when you're traveling, the sand particles are continually moving in and staying in that structure. It's kind of like when no matter where you move to, you're always going to find the same people in the same types of circumstances, which is just a wild thing. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen that. I mean, think about someone who dates the same type of person over and over again. It's almost like they look exactly the same. They sometimes have the same names, right? They have the same kind of personalities, and they always have the same issues, right? Because they keep creating the same ridiculous circumstances. I mean, I can think of one girl I dated, and then after I broke up with her, years later, I see her Facebook profile, and she's with this guy named Michael that looked just like me. I was like, it's so weird. Hello from Chicago. Hello from California. Like girl, sorry you're late. It's okay. You can go back and watch this. I appreciate free speech. Yeah. Absolutely. As long as it lasts, I guess, right? Like girl, yes. Yeah. But it can't be that black and white. I've often won and often lost. It does not define me either way. Right. When I'm saying loser, I'm not trying to say what people are. It's a mindset, right? Either you have a winning mindset where if I fall down 10 times, I'm going to get up 11. I'm going to keep going. It's not over until we win. I'm not going to stop until I get there. What does it take to get my dreams? Whatever it takes. What am I willing to do? Whatever it takes. Right? Those are winner mentality structures of belief I have, which I don't ever fucking stop, man. Right? It doesn't matter what it is. If I'm going for something, I will literally, like some of these videos I make, I literally sit, like the one I'm making right now that I say is like coming out, but I'm just like perfecting it. I literally been working on the same video for a month, right? But when you see it, it's just going to be insane. So, we fight this loser and winner mentality because we're brought up in this place that, listen, society wants you to lose because they want you to work for a guy that's going to make millions of dollars off of your labor. So it's easier to have a society of people, of losers, and control them than people who are proactive and take control of their lives instead of being at cause, right? Just so we can say this in a different way, instead of loser and winner and, getting triggered. Michael, I don't like you because you're calling my friends a loser. Okay, I understand. But here, you can look at it this way. You can either be at cause, I'll say this way, cause or effect. Okay? Are you going to be at cause where you wake up and, okay, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. I'm going to make today a great day. I'm going to be proactive at doing what I can, even just shifting a little bit? Or are you going to be that guy who gets cut off and pissed and, oh, the fuck, Then you get to work and there's a guy who really freaking missed me. And then you're going to continue that vibration the whole day and be at effect? Or are you going to be at cause and like, oh, you know what? I'm lucky we didn't crash right there. Freaking guy. And then you let it go. Now you're at cause. So winner and loser, cause and effect. Let's see, where are we at here? You're welcome, Derek. Some of these comments are probably from like 10 minutes ago. Yep, we need to keep doing the same things until we learn the lessons. I kind of think you learn the lesson. I mean, right now you're learning the lesson, right? A lot of the stuff you get, you understand it. But it's when it becomes permanent. So probably in the next video, I'm going to do a recap of all of the techniques I've talked about so far. And we're going to do a question and answer session, kind of like on the second video, I asked 7 questions. Well, this time it's going to probably be like 30 different questions. And I'll expand on each concept even further, kind of like how I'm expanding now. to help you get them like this, because it doesn't work until it's automatic. Because once it's automatic, then you start getting the insane results, because now you walk around residually. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful. And you're not even thinking about it, but that's the feeling. And you being more aware in your world, which awareness, appreciation, kind of the same thing, puts you into cause, puts you into taking advantage of what you have, right? Instead of being in this illusionary world of lack. Wait, hey, we're all battling this. Okay. Being relentless towards goals is key. Yes, being relentless towards goals is key. You know what this reminds me of? There's people who are successful and rich and they have their dreams, and they might look at this training stuff and think it's hogwash and think it's ridiculous and think it doesn't do anything, or it doesn't have any, it's not real. Because all you really need is such intense focus that you are outside of lack and you're only focused on things that you're doing, which is kind of like the appreciation and stuff like that. And that's a very intense way of emotion of being focused on your goals. So that what was the word? Relentless. It's really a key. It gives you a high transmission of energy, which then actually begins to move the vibration plate. I've got to figure out how to start all over. I mean, every day we start all over, right? Hey, every day you start all over. You know, you wake up, I'm going to start all over again. All right, well, I'm grateful I have this opportunity to start all over again with a new day. Right? And then move from there. I mean, every day. See, this is why we can listen to the same audio, the same teaching, read the same book over and over again, because every day is a new opportunity. We're always in a different place every single day, which is why when you watch this video again, you know, in a few days or even tomorrow or even later on tonight, you're going to find, I promise you, you're going to find so many key elements that you completely forgot about or missed or overlooked, because you're in a new place. And some things that are really important to you today, tomorrow, other things are going to be more important. Next week, different things are going to be more important, right? And so then you keep adding all the elements to everything, different times that things are important, and you build this level of knowledge that you can be on video for many hours and connect all the dots and have them all snappy. Got it. Like Edison and the light bulb, number 1000 was the winner trying to get the thing to work. Absolutely, right? I thought the number was 10,000, but hey, 1,000, 10,000 times to get the light bulb to work, right? Figuring out and doing the experiment and doing it over, right? It's like Edison knows that if you have a current and you have some kind of wire that can hold a thin enough wire that if you put enough electricity through it, it'll start to glow, right? Okay, I know I can make light. Okay, Michael taught me this technique, or I've been learning these techniques before, and now it's starting to make sense. I know I can use my energy to create a circumstance because I've already had synchronicities before. I've been thinking about someone really, really deeply, and all of a sudden they call me, right? Or I'm thinking about the car I want, and now I'm seeing them pop up and they're like parking next to me and stuff, right? So you know that this is real. You've kind of maybe had those experiences, but now it's time to go into the laboratory of life, right? And keep doing it, right? Keep doing it, keep trying it, keep applying it, keep going back, keep going back to the video, learning it again, applying it again, learning again, applying it again. Thousands of times. It's just like that. Great observation. Victoria retracted her message. And EMJ, 369. I don't know. I don't understand what the 369 is. I never understood what that was. Maybe you can teach me here. All right, we just at the 1 hour mark. Last chance for questions. I think we had a pretty good session here tonight. I'm really grateful that some of you guys actually stayed tuned and watched. I'm really thankful not to have your attention, but that you get to learn information that can really work. Listen, if you apply the stuff I'm teaching, I promise you'll start to get results. But it's like a fitness trainer. Listen, I promise if you keep coming to the gym 3 times a week, 4 times a week, or whatever it is, and you come for the next 6 months, you'll start bulking up, right? You eat the right supplements. I give you the right, not the right exercises. You eat the right foods, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you'll get results, but you got to come here and work out, or you got to go to the park and work out, or wherever, like, as long as you do it, you'll get it, right? That's how well I know it and how like matter of fact it is for me. So I promise if you keep going to the mental gym here, you can get this stuff. And the more you do it, the easier it's going to get, and the more advanced stuff you'll get to, which then you'll later learn that advanced stuff was really just the basic stuff to begin with. How do you hypnotize someone to the deepest degree where they get into somnambulism and you can program to do anything? Pacing and leading. You pace and lead them the whole way through until they get to the point that their imagination becomes their reality, because you stimulated first. Your eyelids are like heavy curtains, drooping down, heavy, relaxed. Okay, now your shoulders are dropping down like your arms are weights. See, I'm stimulating your emotion. And if I keep doing that for the next 5-10 minutes, literally you will hallucinate, right? It's that powerful. It's just pacing and leading. It seems so basic, right? It's just focusing on the bed I'm grateful for. It's just focusing on the orange juice I still have. It's just focusing on the running water in my house. It's just relaxing your eyelids too. Okay, I'm going to take one more look at the questions here. Like Girl suggests, do this again soon. I would love to. Yeah, I think every so often, maybe once a month or something, it's great to interact with you guys. Victoria, I'm thankful for you as my brother and teacher. I'm grateful for you to be my sister and actually be attentive, because there's so many teenagers that are just clueless and just go off into their own world. And Victoria, you actually like learn and listen and it like integrate the knowledge, and it's really powerful. And you're a force to be reckoned with as you grow, and you're going to have so many dreams come true. It's ridiculous. And I try not to cry. I've never gone without ever. Even tons. I'm sorry, I can't really read this. It keeps flickering. Okay. EMJ, I'm not understanding your question. I can't really read it either because the comments are flickering. I'll have to skip your question because I can't read it because it's flickering so much on the screen. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you, guys. No question. I missed your live, but love to you, brother. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate it. Do animals flock to you from being in this mode? The subject of like animal omens, I think, is a really real thing, and I think it's a mood based thing. It's different animals at different times. I mean, I do see a lot of animals. Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right. Thanks for joining me. Join next time. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.